Hello, everyone, and welcome to Z Talk. Today, we're going to have a great presentation on Kensington products and how our customers are using that in conjunction with their Apple products. I have Donovan Shaughnessy from Kensington. He'll be walking through all the Kensington products. And on my team, on the IT Savvy team, I got Paul Baroker. He's our Apple specialist on staff. So when our clients need anything regarding Apple, Paul is the man who can turn to and give them a good solution and walk them through some of the features and benefits. But today's conversation will be around Kensington. So Donovan, I want to welcome you to the show. It's your first one with us. So
yeah, thanks for having me.
I hope we'll have a few more. Again, this is for those that don't know me by now, Henry Zaldivar with IT Savvy. So Donovan, I'll hand it off to you. I know everybody pretty much knows who Kensington is, but if you just walk, my colleagues that'll be watching the video, who Kensington is and how long you've been in business, and I'm sure they all know it, but a good refresher doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Henry. I appreciate you having me jump aboard this call and reintroduce Kensington to some of those that may not be familiar with what we do and who we are as a company. So we actually have a long-standing relationship with Apple, right? So it goes back to the Apple II computer system, and Kensington is a leader in security, ergonomic products, data protection. We have a wide variety of products that are around the Apple ecosystem, everything from a input mouse to docking stations. But I think it helps to kind of look historically at what we've done and kind of where Kensington has come from. So if you don't mind, I'd love to share my screen and give you a kind of quick tour of a little history lesson from Kensington, if that's all right.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right, so let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, we see
Yes,
it.
sir.
You see it, Paul?
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Let me expand that a little
Wow,
bit.
look at that. Wow, I haven't seen those in a few years.
Yeah, so a little old school from Kensington. So we've been in business. So we're actually a division of ACCO Brands. They acquired us in 1986. ACCO is a leader in office supply products. They have brands like Mead and Five Star and Trapper Keeper and Swingline staplers. So if you've ever seen Office Space and Milton with the red stapler, that's a Swingline stapler. So fun little fact. One of my favorite movies, right? But we're really their technology division, right? So we have a history that goes back quite a ways. If you look, 1981, you see this. The System Saver. This is a Kensington product. That was for the Apple II, and really what that was a fan and a surge protector. Apple IIs were notorious for overheating. They didn't have a fan in them, and really this product prolonged the longevity of your Apple. Now, kind of working through that, in 1986, we took a mouse and we flipped it upside down and came up with the Turbo Mouse, right? So that was actually something that we sold alongside Macintosh computers. So something unique Kensington did. So we have this long history of working with Apple as OEM and a proud partnership. In 2005, when did the iPod launch? I think it was 2003 or somewhere around 2001 maybe. Yeah. We actually came out with the FM transmitter, one of the first manufacturers that had the FM transmitter.
I remember those.
Yeah, so you could play your tunes in your car when you're driving. So it's a nice little thing from your iPod. And then when the iPad launched in 2010, we were one of the first to market with a Keyfolio product for the iPad. So you could type and use it as a normal sort of laptop. It became a laptop almost with that Keyfolio product. So long history with these type of products that Kensington's been really partnering with Apple on. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. One of the other things too with Kensington is today we've kind of changed a bit. We're actually in the Apple stores. We have a product that's around data protection. It's our privacy screen line. So one of the unique things that we have for privacy screens is they're magnetic. So on the top of the MacBook, there's magnets on our privacy screen that actually adhere to the MacBook. So it's a great product and very unique. And two of the biggest complaints with those sort of products are the traditional products is you use adhesive tape or those sticky tabs, and then you leave residue on your MacBook, right?
I actually have one here on one of my MacBook Pros. So
yeah, so you have.
That's the actual screen on there?
yeah, so this is a magnetic screen,
nice.
and it just snaps right into place like so, and you're all set.
Oh, that's cool. Right there.
Works great.
You can see my text. You can't see my text.
Yeah, there you go.
Text, you can't.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so it's with blue light, fatigue. Everybody's working longer hours with these days and doing more Zoom calls and that sort of thing. I think it helps with eye fatigue. Helps with protecting prying eyes, and it's unique because it has those magnets. And it'll still go into sleep mode too if you close your MacBook, and it'll close completely. Our first generation, that was one of the kind of flaws, is it didn't do that. So we came out with the second generation that actually allowed you to go into that full sleep mode. So
Nice.
And completely close the MacBook. But
and the part I like about that screen is that obviously it's working from home. I don't have to worry about people next to me.
Right.
Look at my screen, but the eye fatigue portion of that of that screen is really important. I mean, we're all staring at our screens probably more today than we ever did, and I can see. I don't have it on mine, so maybe we can talk offline about that.
Yeah, sure, not a problem.
but
I'm always happy to get some samples in friends' hands, right? So it's
but definitely but definitely I'd like to see how that works and how it would reduce, because there are times that in mid-afternoon my eyes are like bloodshot and tired from I use multiple screens. So I have my laptop screen, I have another screen that I use here, a second screen, and going back and forth, and all the colors and different densities, and squinting my eyes, and so I can really see where that will be something helpful. So
it's not only just for us. Just think of like my kids. They're not they're still in school, but I know a lot of kids are distance learning. So we have it for any of those iPad sort of classrooms where you put your iPad in landscape or portrait mode, that you're gonna have privacy that way too, and again helps with the eye strain as well. So yeah, we do a lot in the K through 12 business with things like rugged cases for iPad. So they're military grade drop protection product. We also get into lightning keyboards. So tethered keyboards. A lot of times in school districts you can't have the wireless connection. Yeah, so we do have that sort of product. That's always been a really good seller along the iPad range of products. Kensington as a whole, we get into a lot of different input type items, right? So this is a new compact keyboard that we're just launching. So I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
you can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
So not too, but full size keyboard, and great little product. It's wireless, and when I say wireless, both Bluetooth and 2.5 gigahertz. So you have a couple of different options working off of it. Very low cost of entry, but we're excited about the product. It's just launching now too.
Okay, that's good to know. Any other products that you might have there in your bag of tricks?
Yeah, let me go to my bag here. Let me see here. So while we're on the line of input items, so one of the couple products that I really enjoy. So I've switched to a vertical mouse, so you can kind of see that.
Yeah.
So again, has that sort of that Apple ID. It's that white and gray tones. This is both Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz wireless, but it's really helped out my just overall ergonomic posture, being able to work more productively. It's got a great feel to it. It does take a little learning curve going from a normal mouse to kind of flipping your hand and working that way, but I think it's just a more natural feel.
Is it kind of sideways a little bit?
Yep. So you can see that sideways. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I see a slant. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. But great product. This is actually paired with one of my other products, which is the ergonomic keyboard. So the split keyboard. So now this was a big learning curve for me, right? So from going from a standard, keyboard to this style of keyboard. It took about, I'd say, 7 days of a few curse words and, just banging out the keys and typing some emails. But once I did that, I was actually at an education show and had been working on this for a couple weeks. And they had one of these things where you could test out your words per minute. So I went and did that, and my words per minute typing went from 55 to 75. So I could hammer out emails a lot quicker and still about the same amount of errors in typing, but it was pretty good to see. And you don't think of this type of keyboard, but it does actually, I feel like it makes me much more productive at the end of the day and throughout my work day. So that's a great product. So those are some like the input products we have, but one of our biggest categories right now is docking stations, right? So this is a Thunderbolt 3 dock. As devices are getting thinner, take the MacBooks for instance, they're losing a lot of their ports because they want to have bigger batteries, have them last a lot longer. So they're losing a lot of those connections, and this is where we actually come in as a company, and we have great products like Thunderbolt 3 docks, right? So this is a Thunderbolt 3 dock. It's one of our better sellers. You can connect it to dual monitors. You can see all the different.
Yeah, look at all those.
Ports that you have there, right? So
Okay.
it's going to power your device. One of the things that I'd really recommend that Kensington, what makes us unique is we have something called our Pro Concierge program. And really what this is, it's a demo program where we enlist the help of our resellers to get an end user. Say you have a customer, a school district, or take any kind of Fortune 1000 company. It can be any company that is interested in docking, but may not know exactly what they want because they're a mixed environment. Maybe they're working on MacBooks, maybe they're working on like a Dell device or something like that. So this Pro Concierge program is a form that you go to on Kensington, and you basically fill this out, ask you what devices you're connecting, what peripherals, what monitors, and based on that feedback, we actually will assign them a sales engineer and then allow them to have basically, we send them a free sample that comes in a nice little kit with a setup diagram. And it's been a really successful program for us.
Wow.
Where it's really helped drive our docking business and sales. And it makes it really easy on the reseller and the end user, frankly, to test and make sure our product's really what they're looking for.
Are you qualifying that with what type of quantities the end user might be looking for? Is there like a limit there? Because if they're just looking for one, then maybe it's not.
Yeah, one's probably, but if it's 10, I think we're pretty flexible on it. I think one would just be, a normal kind of order through distribution. But I think,
Right.
If it's a larger quantity, I'd say 10 is probably a good benchmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use one of those docks, by the way, and I have dual 4K set up at the office. One of the cool things is there is a software driver kit that you can install so that the MAC address of your Mac still shows up to network administrators. So that's key if they have management tools in place as far as allowing devices on the network. And I thought that was kind of interesting too.
Oh, that's
I had to install that. So they
Mhm.
thought of everything.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's our DocsWorks software. So it's actually pretty nice for sort of those IT administrators.
And it powers my Mac too. So that's one less cable I have to deal with. So that's also very convenient. So you have powered and non-powered docks, I believe.
We do.
And so that gives an option if they want something a little smaller, more portable to take with them and set up as we begin to travel and journey out into the world again. They need to take a smaller dock with them and set up in their hotel or wherever they're going. But in the office, it's kind of convenient to have that extra power there handy. So you can charge other devices too.
Yeah, and the other thing I just would mention too is we also have what we call our hybrid docks. So say you have maybe a Thunderbolt 3 platform you're working on, or maybe you have an install base of USB-C or USB-A. We do have sort of these mixed environments. The docking station would be USB-C, Thunderbolt 3, USB-C, USB-A that would work on multiple different devices and environments. So those type of products that really help drive the business too. Yeah. And then,
And you have docks that work with iPads too, right?
yeah, little teaser. So we are launching, I'm not going to show you anything. I don't want to let
Ooh,
everything out of
okay.
the bag,
All right.
but we do have an iPad dock that we'll be launching. It's slated for Q1, work with the iPad Pro. And it's really meant to be a sort of a kind of whatever you want it to be. We're going to call it the studio, where you actually have the ability to have it sort of as your home entertainment hub. You'll have the ability to charge your iPhone on it as well as your Apple Watch. So it's kind of a whole little epicenter for your Apple devices, right? And then it becomes almost like a monitor stand for the iPad Pro, where you can actually have it raised and be working off of it, or think of a conference room, or even at home next to your couch. It's almost like your Apple Assistant, if you will. So we're pretty excited about it. It's we'll definitely share the information as we get closer to launch, but it's going to be a very cool product to look
And it
forward
can
to.
connect to an external display too, which might be very handy.
That is
They can
correct.
use it even in a business or highly mobile environment, especially with COVID in mind. They could hook up to a display, look at healthcare information, disconnect, go out and interact with people safely, come back and then do some work.
Yeah,
I could
100%.
see
You can
some
hook
good use
up
for that.
peripherals to it and really be kind of have a whole operating machine right there for you to be working off of.
Well, that's
Awesome.
our next Kensington show, being Q1.
Yeah,
We have the product released, so
there
we
you
can
go.
show it off to
The
our.
unveiling.
Yeah. Yep, 100%. So, did you want me to show the some of the other sort of? I can share my
Yes.
screen again if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah. We have a little bit of time, so we're
A
good.
couple other things.
When I get the warning, I'll let you know.
Not a problem. Let me just go back here, share screen. All right. So I kind of went into a few of these. One of the sort of things that Kensington has also done is we've taken security, and as devices became thinner, and the MacBook in particular, they took out the Kensington security slot in favor of, again, battery life and some of the other things, ports that they needed on there. And because of that, we actually came out with something called the laptop locking station. And really what that does is that actually locks down your MacBook. So in maybe a retail environment, you can lock down the MacBook, and it actually locks on the hinge of the screen. So a nice little way to have a little additional security. You can fasten that to a counter. It comes with a Kensington lock, so you can actually attach the lock onto a leg of a table or something like that. So some security things we're doing for MacBook. Now, kind of going through here, some of the things for education. We have some different docking options. Paul, you had mentioned some of the mobile docks, so we have some solutions along those lines. Education. This lock and charge station will hold up to 10 iPads. It's a nice device for teachers. They usually get 3 of these for the classroom. It's probably a lower investment than a standard 30-bay charging cart. And we have a great education team that has gone into different school districts and help install these type of devices, attach them, fix them to a wall or whatnot.
I think they're quite price reasonable. I've seen a few of these. They're around $600 or so. They're not a huge, hugely pricey or anything. It's a really good investment, and for good reviews about it. So yeah, it's a very good solution.
Yeah, and then I've already talked on a few of these. So obviously the Lightning keyboard. We have a lot of different mice and ergonomic products and sort of the Apple ID, if you will. So Kensington's really kind of proud of our legacy with Apple and some of the products that we've launched and are coming out with. Some of the other things with that are not on here that I don't have pictures of, but we do have a washable keyboard that's in the market now that works with Mac. We are launching a washable mouse. I think because of COVID and some of the things that are happening in the world around us, those sort of products become a lot more important, and we're seeing a lot more demand on sort of the whole need to have hygienic product and be able to clean it easily. And that also falls into a product we'll be launching as well, which is going to be a monitor stand that will have a UV lighting in it. So you can put your iMac on there. It has a nice little drawer in it, so you could put your phone or your mouse, and then that UV light would go on it for 10 minutes and will disinfect it. So something cool that we're doing.
Put me on the list for that.
Yeah. And then one other product that I think often people don't even think about Kensington for. This is a monitor stand. We're about making people making your environment a more productive and better feeling place. So these are our wellness or WellView monitor stands. It's a modular system where you can put your monitor on the monitor stand, but me being from Minneapolis, it's always cold. I can put a heater in there. It runs off, just plug it into the wall and it runs great. But it also has a option for air purifier, or down in southeast Florida, Henry, you can put a fan in there, right? So get some air when you get those really hot summer days, right? So very, very cool product, something unique we've done, taking a monitor stand and put some different unique features into it. So again, ways Kensington sort of reinventing itself and making sure we align with what's going on in the market and our Apple customers. Yeah, so I'll stop sharing my screen now. I know I've kind of went into a bunch of stuff. Did you guys have any questions or?
No, well, just so
What's
I know
the price range of those? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to make a quick comment. I know that we're talking about Kensington in relation to Apple in this particular conversation, but Kensington does offer similar solutions for non-Apple products, correct?
That's correct. So
Okay.
we have a lot of different options. We partner with Surface, so we have similar products for
ThinkPads.
For Lenovo, we do have some different products as well, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so that, because the customer base that we have is pretty diverse.
Yeah.
So we'll have a lot of customers that obviously have Apple products and looking for some accessories to complement and be better productive, as you said. But also we have customers that are non-Apple, so letting them know that Kensington can have solutions for them as well.
Yeah, 100%. We play with a lot of the major OEMs, whether it's HP or Dell or Lenovo, Apple, Microsoft.
But who do you like the best, though? To be honest.
Well, I mean, if I'm on your show, right? I think I have to say Apple, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna say Apple
Good
today. I won't even
Apple
name
has
my
IQ7.
brand of laptop, but I think Paul knows it's not Apple.
What?
What?
Well,
Look me up, Paul.
I just had a quick question. Well, I might do that. So I just had a quick question about the air filter. What do you think the cost range of those are? I'm just curious because I may be in the market for one of those.
Yeah, so I think the monitor stands are, I want to say retail like $99. I think.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think the either the heater or the fan, I think they're in the $49 to $79 range. So you're looking at about $150 all in, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Retail.
Okay.
Yeah.
The air filter, would it be good for people who have allergies or anything special about them? HEPA,
Yeah, I'm trying to, I'd have to, let me double check, but I believe it is HEPA.
Okay.
But I believe it is HEPA as well. So it will definitely help with
Awesome.
your immediate surrounding.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think our time here is winding down, unfortunately, because I don't know if we can go on for a while longer talking about these products, but we're going to have to cut it short for this particular segment. But I can't wait to talk in Q1 when you have all the other new stuff coming out. So
Sounds
I'll be
good.
looking out for that, Donna. So thank you so much for the presentation today. I'm sure my audience will love it. And Paul, again, thank you for, in this case, being my co-host. Because
Exactly.
Together
You're Ed McMahon.
together we're going to team up and do a bunch of these, Paul. So we'll bring on vendors that complement what we're doing with Apple, and Kensington's one that obviously is one of the major players out there. So this was great today to have this conversation. And to my audience and my network out there, if you guys are looking for these type of solutions, Kensington, other accessories, Apple, A through Z, reach out to me. This is your team here. So you need Apple support, you'll be talking with Paul. you need some Kensington support, most likely with Donovan, but it could be others. We're all team related. So just letting you know that we have these solutions out there. Reach out to me, and I'll take good care of you. And so will my team here that we met with today. So thank you both for being on the show. And until next time, be safe.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Bye, Donovan. Bye, Henry.
All right.
Bye.